Hello everybody, please put yourselves on mute. Cameras on please if you can. Hello everybody, I think we're expecting one more, so let's just give her a wait. Right, sorry, 2 seconds, just getting the list. There we go, sorry I forgot my list. Hello everybody, how are you? Doing well? Yes, good. Nice to see some new faces. Nice to see everyone back again. How have you all been? You been okay? Yeah, good. How are we after last session? Oh, Jalin wants to say something.
Oh, I didn't need to.
Oh, bless you. Okay, so it's lovely seeing you all again. We're just going to jump straight on in there because, well, it's always just nice just to get started. Lee, you've got a question. You raised your hand.
I forgot what the question was.
No, that's okay. You just ask me whenever you need to. So, guys, it's lovely to see you all again. Quick rules for Zoom. Remember, always keep your camera on if you can. You are very welcome. Just turn it off, then go to the bathroom if you need to. Just come back. When I'm sharing something with you, I can't, just as a reminder, I can't see all of you all the time. So what you need to do is, if you've got your hand up, I always stop. So if I'm not stopping, it's because you've got your hand up and I can't see you. So just shout out, okay? I'm not your teacher, I'm your tutor. So call me Ro. And I'm not going to tell you off for shouting out. In fact, if anything, I like you shouting out, because if you don't understand something, that's what I'm here for. That's what these sessions are for. I'll do a bit of testing your knowledge. But if you don't tell me inevitably that you don't understand something, I may not necessarily know. It's not like school where I collect all your books in, or like do one-on-ones, or like look over your shoulder. Okay, so you've got to let me know, okay? If you want to shout out, great. Just remember to mute yourself at the end, because you're getting a lot of double feedback. Even now, I think someone, oh, Leo, you didn't press mute again. You always forget, silly. There we go, I've done it for you. Okay, so thumbs up if you've managed to do the paper, thumbs down if you haven't. Either is fine, I just want to know where we are. So Andrew's done half the paper, Sam's done half the paper, Sam's done half the paper. Gree managed, am I pronouncing that correctly? Is it Gree? Brilliant, thank you. Andrew, what's this? That's not a yes or a no. What's that? That wasn't an option. You've done half of it. Okay, good. Right, let's get started then. It's lovely seeing your faces again. So remember what I've always taught you. What do you, oh my goodness, something going on outside my room. What do you do the second you get the paper, anybody? I'm seeing hands up, when in reality, guys, just shout out, say your name first and shout out.
Andrew, read the text.
Andrew, great. So yes, you read the text once for enjoyment. These are the top tip, guys. You want to write them down. You read it once for enjoyment, because you're going to be very nervous in your test, aren't you? So you read it once for enjoyment, then you read it again for understanding, because again, you're going to be very nervous. You'll read it twice. So if anyone in your test is writing in the first 5 or 10 minutes, just look across and just think that's a bit silly, and just get on with what you need to be doing, okay? So remember, you read it once for enjoyment, because you're going to be very nervous. Second, for understanding. Then you read the questions. I'm glad some of you are writing this down. Then you read the questions, and then you read it again. Why? I say this every single lesson, but I don't care that I'm repeating myself. Jalin, why do I insist that you do it that way?
Because, like, it helps with time management throughout the exam.
Yeah.
So for example, the exam starts at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock? In bed by then, having our breakfast. Say 9 o'clock.
What?
You what? Sorry.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock is a great start.
Okay, so you start your exam at 10 o'clock. So first time when you read it through for enjoyment, you do it for like about 5 minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes, like 4 minutes, and then 5 minutes for the understanding, and then 1 minute to read the questions, I think, and then you read the passage again.
Great. Yes, you're absolutely right. If you do it that way as well, what's going to happen if you read the questions first?
You're going to forget the questions after you've read the passage.
Yes, true. If you read the questions first, you might forget them. But guys, what's really going to happen in the exam, and it happens every single year with many candidates, is if you read the questions first, what is going to happen when you read that extract is that you will start looking for those answers. You won't actually read the extract properly and understand it. There's many questions that say that it goes through in order, chronological order. And there's questions at the end that talk about the whole passage. And if you spent all your time just looking for the answers to the particular questions you can remember, you're not going to understand the whole passage. And the whole passage questions are the questions with the most marks. So without fail, every time people don't read the extract first, it's proven they get lower marks, okay? Because they'll be looking for the answers rather than understanding the passage, okay? Great, I'm glad we cleared that one up. So this exam is 1 hour and 20 minutes. You're marked on reading, writing, and technical accuracy. So spelling, grammar, punctuation, but that's in the writing section, okay? So it says reading 40 minutes. So if your exam starts at 9 o'clock, you know that by 9:40, you need to be moving on to the writing section, okay? And it says 10 minutes for reading, 30 minutes for writing, okay? So that's your timings in the exam that you know for the first 10 minutes of the exam from 9 a.m. till 9:10, you're reading once, twice, questions, read it again. Then till 9:40, you're answering. Okay, so guys, when are you working that out? It's when, before the exam starts, you know, everyone sat there looking around, twiddling their thumbs. You're not, you're game face, yes? You are looking at the timings, you're working it all out, and you're sat ready waiting for go, okay? You're remembering your reading skills, your writing skills. Everyone else in the room does not exist. Can't. Yes, good. Right, let's get started then. So let's practice with the first reading. Reading passage. Start me off, please, Leo.
The story is set in the South Kensington Museum in 1895.
Carry on.
Two boys stood in the Prince Albert Gallery and looked down at a third. They could not see the other boy clearly because he was on the far side of the case. He appeared to be sketching his contents.
Excellent, well done, Samuel.
Julian Kane was at home in the South Kensington Museum. His father, Major Kane, was special keeper of precious metals. Julian was just 15 and a boarder at Marlow School, but was home recovering from a nasty bout of tonsillitis. Tom Wellwood was about 2 years younger and looked younger than he was, with large dark eyes, a soft mouth, and a smooth head of dark gold hair. The two had not met before. Tom's mother was visiting Julian's father to ask for help with her research. She was a successful authoress of magical tales. Julian's father to ask help for her research. Julian had been deputed to show Tom the treasures He appeared to be more interested in showing him the squatting boy.
Excellent. Carry on, please, Jalin.
I said I'd show you a mystery. No, I thought you meant one of the treasures. No, I meant him. There's something shifty about him. I've been keeping an eye on him. He's up to something. Tom wasn't sure whether this was a sort of make-believe his own family practice, tracking complete strangers and inventing stories about them. He wasn't sure if Julian was, so to speak, playing at being responsible.
Great. Thank you, Andrew.
What does he do? He does the Indian rope trick. He disappears. Now you can't see him. Now you don't. He's here every day, all by himself, but you can't see where or when he goes. They sidled along the wrought iron gallery, which was hung with thick red velvet curtains. The third boy stayed where he was, drawing intensively. Then he moved his position to see from another angle. He was hay-haired, shaggy and filthy. He had cut down workman's trousers with braces over a flannel shirt the colour of smoke, stained with soot.
Brilliant. Great. Carry on.
We could go down and stalk him. There are all sorts of odd things about him. He looks very rough. He never seems to go anywhere but here. I waited at the exit to see him leave and follow him, and he doesn't seem to leave. He seems to be a permanent fixture. What does fixture mean?
Fixture means something that's always there, like a lamp or a painting.
Yeah, and also before, what was the nasty thing? He was like.
Well, that's what the second reading's for. Just try and take it in as we go along, because we're going to read it again in a moment. I'm glad you're pointing this out. This is how things work. So Daniel, carry on, please. The boy looked up.
The boy looked up briefly, his grimy face creased in a frown. Tom said, he concentrates. He never talks to anyone that I can see. Now and then, the art students look at his drawings, but he doesn't chat to them. He just creeps about the place. It's sinister. Do you get many robberies? I don't even know if anyone would notice if we did. Not with some of the things. Though they notice quickly enough if anyone made an attempt to the candlestick.
Brilliant, thank you. Carry on, please, Jalin.
Candlestick? The glass-like candlestick. It seems to be drawing a lot of the time. The love of God in the centre of that case. It's ancient and unique. I'll show it to you. We can go down and go up to it and disturb him. Tom was dubious about this. There was something tense about the third boy, a tough, prepared energy he didn't even realise he'd noticed. However, he agreed. He usually agreed to things. They moved, sleuth-like, from ambush to ambush behind the swags of velvet down turning stone stairs. When they reached the candlestick, the dirty boy was not there.
Brilliant. Leo, carry on.
He wasn't on the stairs, said Julian, upset. Tom stopped to stare at the candlestick. It was dully gold. It seemed it stood on its feet, with each of which was a long-eared dragon, gasping a bone with green claws, gnawing with sharp teeth. The rim of the spiked cup that held the candle was so supported by the jawed dragons with wings and snaking tails. The whole of its thick stem was wrought of fantastic foliage amongst the mortality and the monkeys. Mr. Old grinned, grasped, and snapped at each other.
Brilliant. Thank you, Andrew. Carry on. Tom thought. Yeah.
Can't find it somewhere.
Here you go.
Tom thought immediately that his mother would need to see it. He tried and failed to memorize the shapes. Julian explained. It had an interesting history, he said. No one knew exactly what it was made of. It is probable that it was made in Canterbury, but apart from the symbols of the evangelists on the knob, it appeared not to be made for a religious use. There was nothing anywhere like it.
Great. Thank you. Carry on, Samuel.
Tom did not know that a knot was and did not know what the symbols of the evangelists were, but he saw that the thing was a world of secret stories. He said his mother would like to see it. It might be just that she was looking for. He would have liked to touch the heads of the dragon. Julian was looking restlessly around him. There was a concealed door behind a plaster cast of a guarding knight on a marble plinth, which led to the basement storerooms and workrooms. It was slightly ajar.
Oh, that's really exciting. Thank you, everybody. So now what do? If you didn't understand stuff? Yeah, that's right, everyone. You read it again. So the first is for enjoyment. The second is for understanding. There will be words and things in there that you didn't quite get the first time round. So for the first time, we're gonna practice this today, get into the habit of doing it. So everyone now, you should have it in front of you. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes quickly to read through it again by yourself. It's exam technique, okay? The more you read it, the more you will understand it, the more you can make intelligent guesses. Because yes, you can ask me here what something means. You can't do that in an exam, can you? And don't forget, guys, there will often be words that the examiner intentionally knows you won't understand. They want to see if you can work it out for yourself. Remember our inference skills? Yeah, so off you go. I'll give you 4 minutes. And I'm here if you need anything.
That means you give 4 minutes to do. What does intentioning skills mean?
Inference skills is guessing skills. We're going to go through that.
Yeah, but what do we? But there's nowhere to guess.
That's okay. Then you don't need to.
Pardon? What does that mean?
That's okay then. You don't need to guess anything. You need to read the story again for understanding.
Oh, I thought you scroll. I thought we were gonna read it like on the sheet.
By yourself.
On the sheet. Oh.
Don't forget, you've got like a horrible noise in the background. I don't know what that is. But you need to pick up on
Can you send the PDF to me because I
don't have your email address. What I'll do then is I'll scroll down for you, okay?
No, actually, I maybe have to just get the. I think it's not here. I thought it was here. I'm just gonna get so I can't hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
I found it.
Great.
But I didn't know it was there because I thought it was on my table. It was
That's
on my
okay.
dad's
You
table.
guys have got 3 minutes left to read, okay?
And also, can you give me some advice to how to do stuff quickly? Because I always do stuff. I did this like.
Okay, so what you need to do, that's absolutely fine. What you need to do then to make things do quickly, it's familiarization with the text. You need to read it once, then read it again, then read the questions. Then again, that's what we're working on today. I know it feels really, really weird, me just asking you to read and read and reread, but you'll be amazed. I've never done this before with this group, but because it feels like you should be doing this at home. But I'm trying to make the point of the more you do this, the easier the answering the questions and the quicker you will be, okay? So 2 more minutes just left to read, guys. Off you go.
I finished reading it.
Good. What do you do then?
Read it, the questions again, and then read it again.
Yep.
I finished as well.
Then it's questions and you read it again. Yes, guys, you need to get into the habit, because I realized last year when I did this, people are very used to me telling them what to do, but you need to get used to doing it yourself, because we won't be doing double readings in class. This is the only time I'm going to do it, okay? Okay, so that should get into the habit, guys, of beginning to read and reread questions, okay? Because in the exam, we won't be doing that in our sessions together because they're lessons, but you should be doing that in the exam. I need to begin to get into the habit of doing it. The second you finish reading it, you start reading it again. Yes, even though you've just read it. You'd be quicker at it. So guys, let's go through some actual skills and of answering these succinctly. Now remember, I'm not interested in you guys getting these right. I'm interested in you guys learning the skills, because it's a skills-based paper, so that you can always get them right in any exam. Okay, so remember, these are the skills that we've been looking at. So information retrieval is in taking information out. Skimming and scanning. Summary is in know quotes. We're going to learn these as we go. I'm just telling you what they are. Inference and deduction, prior knowledge, context, analysis of language, and analysis of structure. And every paper has different skills that are being assessed. So this one, straight away, is information retrieval. Yes, so lines 1 to 3. What is the third boy sketching? You go to 1 to 3, you read it again, and then it's 1 mark, so it's straight information retrieval. So Andrew, can you read lines 1 to 3 for me, please?
2 boys stood in the Prince Albert Gallery and looked down on a third. They could not see the other boy clearly because he was on the far side of the case. He appeared to be sketching its contents.
Excellent. So guys, hands up, please. What can you say was the boy sketching? Jalin?
The stairs.
The boy is sketching the glass candlestick. Sorry. The exhibitions of the gallery.
So guys, be careful with the wording. And guys, I'm all right with you shouting out, but not when someone else is talking, because I just get feedback. I can't hear anything. So because he's on the far side of the case, he appeared to be sketching the content. So the third boy was sketching the contents of the case. Done. Move on to the next one. Give yourself a tick if you got that right. Give yourself a cross if you didn't. And if you didn't get that right, then that's okay. All you need to remember then is that that skill is information retrieval. Good. Lines 4 to 13. Give 2 reasons why Julian is in the museum. So you read lines 4 to 13. Samuel, can you read that for me, please?
I have to say, like, what I got, I didn't get questions 1 to 4 because all it was printed out was just this.
Okay, don't worry. Do you want to read it for me? We can do it all together, okay?
Julian Kane was at home in the South Kensington Museum. His father, Major Kane, was special keeper of precious metals. Julian was just 15, bout of tonsillitis. Tom Wellwood was about 2 years younger and looked younger than he was, with large dark eyes, a soft mouth, and a smooth head of dark gold hair. The two had not met before. Tom's mother was visiting Julian's father to ask for help with her research. She was a successful authoress of magical tales. Julian had been deputed to show Tom the treasures. He appeared to be more interested in showing him the squatting boy.
Brilliant. Thank you. So guys, hands up, please. 2 reasons why Julian is in the museum. Andrew.
His dad works in the museum.
Brilliant. Good. And what else is Julian doing, Jalen?
He's there because he has to show Tom the treasure.
Excellent. Well done. So again, give yourself 2 marks if you got that one right. Straight information retrieval. Okay. Then you just move on to the next one. Brilliant. 3, lines 20 to 21. He wasn't sure if Julian was, so to speak, playing at being responsible. Now, this is inference and deduction. This is guessing based on the information, like intelligent guesses based on the information. So explain what is meant by this. He wasn't sure if Julian was, so to speak, playing at being responsible, and playing is in italics. So what does that mean, Daniel?
It means he didn't know if Julian was sure of what they were doing or just making this up.
Excellent. Very well done. Yes. So you could say the verb playing at being responsible shows that he wasn't sure if Julian was pretending to be responsible, pretending to know what he was doing, or whether or not he actually really was. Yes? That's what it means by playing. He wasn't sure if him pretending to be responsible was a game or if he was actually being responsible and knowledgeable about the museum. Okay? So we've picked out the reason what we think, and we've said the reason why we think that. And that's 2 marks. So guys, give yourself 2 marks if you got that right. If you didn't, that's okay. Your skill that you need to learn then is inference and deduction. It's an intelligent guessing based on the information. Okay? Question 4. Guys, if you can hear a noise in the background, I'm sorry, that's just little Betsy Bunny trying to make an appearance. We all know Betsy Bunny, don't we? 4, lines 23 to 25. Leo, can you read this question for me, please?
In your own words, give 2 reasons why Julian finds the boy interesting.
Brilliant. And what's the most important part of this question? Andrew?
In your own words.
Excellent. In your own words, which means no quotes, no quotations. You've got to tell me what you think in your own words. And that is proving it. The fact that you can tell me it proves it. Let's be honest. I think in class, a lot of us have been taught how to quote, haven't we? No. Not always. The fact that you can tell me, that's it. That's all you need to know. And the examiner wants to know if you can summarize and put it in your own words. So in your own words, give 2 reasons why Julian finds the boy interesting. Daniel, can you read the line 23 to 25 for me, please?
He does the Indian rope trick. He disappears. And now you see him, now you don't. He's here every day, all by himself. But you can't see where or when he goes.
Oh, that is really interesting. So guys, in your own words, please, put 1 reason into the chat. Everybody, put 1 reason into the chat for me. Write it down in your own words and send it to everyone. Don't send it just yet. Just write it in and I'll tell you when to send it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, send. Oh, these are good. I'm waiting for a few more. Anyone else got anything? The boy is always there. Good. He is here every day. He sneaks about without contact. Oh, that's a good one, Samuel. Very intuitive. He's gone in a flash. You never saw him leave the museum. Yes, so guys, there's many things you can have here. Let's go from the very beginning. He does the Indian rope trick. So he disappears. Now you see him, now you don't. So I would say, in my own words, what I find interesting, I would say Julian finds the boy mysterious because he knows very little about him. That's one. Two, I'd say the boy is independent. Julian is with somebody, yet the boy isn't. And that's very mysterious, very interesting as to why he's by himself. But you can't see him where or when he goes. I'd say Julian knows very little about him. He's gone in a flash. He doesn't know when he arrives or leaves, which makes him very an incredibly interesting, mysterious figure. Yes? So any of those 3 or 4 would be fine, okay? Give yourselves marks out of 2. Hands, have you found that one quite easy? Yeah, it's quite a nice one, that one, wasn't it? But guys, remember what I always told you. The examiner will always give you more than 1 or 2 ideas for this one, for these kind of questions, just so that you've got more to choose from, because the examiners want you to do well. They're being quite nice. So guys, that's fine if you got that right. If you didn't, remember that at the end of the lesson, I'm going to ask you what your target is. If you didn't get this one right, that's okay. Your target then is to practice your summary skills, is in putting things into your own words, and that's okay. Everyone's got a target. Next one, lines 23 to 18. In your own words, explain the meaning of the following descriptions of the third boy. What's the most important part of this question? Jalin?
In your own words.
In your own words. Yes. Again, another in your own words one. So, explain the meaning of the following description of the boy. He was hay-haired, shaggy, and filthy. Who's got an answer for that one? Daniel, in your own words.
He had blonde hair and was unclean and not elegant, maybe even smelly.
Excellent. Do you want to tell me the reason why that might be, if you were going to guess?
So the color of hay is like yellowish. So blonde is the closest color of hair to yellowish, unless it's dyed. Unclean. It's like a synonym of filthy or shaggy.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Do you think he's a poor boy?
Well, yes, because he's shaggy and filthy.
Excellent. So why is he in a museum then?
I mean, that's the whole point of the story.
Yes, he's mysterious. So explain the meanings of the following description of the third boy. You'd say he's interesting because you're absolutely right. He's blonde, he is unclean and dirty. Fantastic words, Daniel. I'll give you 2 marks. I'm trying to push you that a bit further, which demonstrates that he is poor. This would be interesting because what's a poor boy doing in a museum at that time when he wouldn't have had an education? So it shows that he's been self-taught, hasn't he? Which makes him even more interesting. Fantastic, Daniel. Give yourself 2 marks. Leo, you got your hand up.
Yes, I think I know why he might be in the museum, because if he's there painting,
you're right. I know you're right. But that's not the question. Be careful of the question, okay? Leo, whatever you're going to say, I'm sure is fantastic, but you got to make sure that you're answering this specific question. This might come up later. That's the only reason why I'm stopping you. But that's a very intelligent deduction, Leo. Really well done. But if you said that for this question, I couldn't give you any marks, because the question is, what's the description of the third boy based on he was hay-haired, shaggy, and filthy? Okay? Thumbs up, double thumbs up, and credit for you. Let's see if it comes up later, though. Guys, give yourself marks out of 2 if you got that right. If you didn't, that's okay. Again, your skills is just summary. 5B. In your own words, explain the meanings of the following description of the boy. What's the most important wording of that question, Andrew?
In your own words.
In your own words. I know I keep going on about this, but if you give me quotations, you're going to fail it. So make sure it's in your own words. A flannel shirt, the colour of smoke, stained with soot. Andrew, what did you have for that?
Yeah, this tells us that he hasn't changed his clothes for a long time, as his clothes are dirty.
Excellent, very well done. What does that tell you about the boy, though?
He isn't well cared for.
Brilliant. He's not very well cared for. He is very poor. He could be a chimney sweep. Yes, he's covered in soot and his clothes are the colour of smoke. Jalin?
Well, I only say this means a dark grey shirt with a smear of soot.
Sorry, say that again. I couldn't quite hear you.
What I just said is this means a dark grey shirt with a smear of soot.
Excellent, very well done. Daniel?
I still got 2 marks. One.
You used the word soot. Hey, who said one? I'm the markeress here. You said it's dark grey, which shows that he is dirty, but you said soot, which is a quotation, so it has to be 1 mark. Same with soot tells me that he's not washed his clothes, that he's very, very poor, that he might be a chimney sweep, that he's not a rich background. Flannel shirt, the colour of smoke, emphasises that he hasn't got much money, that he doesn't change his clothes very often. So those kinds of things you need to say. So it has to be 1 mark, unfortunately. Daniel, what were you going to say?
I didn't actually explain. I just basically paraphrased that. So a shirt made out of a certain cloth called flannel.
Yeah.
With a dark greyish colour. With patches of deep dark powder on it, which is soot. Yeah, good. Give me some inferences though. Why do you think it's being described like that? It's not really related, but at the end of the story, the ajar door led to the basement. No, it has to be this quotation. So he's not very rich. Yeah. And he certainly doesn't live in a clean place. Yeah. And that's it. Brilliant. That's it. That's all you need to say. Yeah, he's not rich. He clearly lives in a very unkept place as well. Fantastic. Put yourself back on mute, please, guys. Very well done. Give yourself 2 marks if you got that correct. If you didn't, that's okay. Again, it's just summary skills. Next one. Oh, there's lots of in your own words questions, isn't there? Lines 36 to 39. In your own words, give 2 reasons why Julian thinks that the third boy's behaviour is sinister. So let's read lines 36 to 39. Samuel.
He concentrates. He never talks to anyone that I can see. Now and then the art students look at his drawings, but he doesn't chat to them. He just creeps about the place. It's sinister.
Oh, good. So guys, everyone now, please, in your own words, put 1 reason into the chat.
What does sinister mean?
Oh, what's more of a voice in the background there? It's not me. Sinister means that something dark or evil is happening. That something's not quite right. So
Oh!
Good. So he never talks to anyone that I can see, but looks at his drawings. Okay, so he's there. He sneaks about without contact. He's sneaky. He's independent. Good. What other reasons? He's wordless and not very social. Fantastic. He never talks to the art students who are really interested in his work. This shows that he is something that he is hiding, possibly. He never talks to anyone, not even the art students that look at his drawings. Brilliant. So, he acts like a robber, moving really suspiciously. Ah, that's interesting, Samuel. So it's true though. Our stereotype would be that maybe he's there to steal something. But in reality, he's drawing. He's just as good as the art students. He's just poor. So he concentrates. He never talks to anyone that I can see. Now and then the art students look at his drawing.
He probably is stubborn.
Just because I can't quite, there's a feedback there. That's fine. Put your hand if you want to say something, please. Like press the emoji. Sorry. He concentrates. He never talks to anyone that I can see. Now and then the art students look at his drawings, but he doesn't chat to them. He just creeps about the place. It's sinister. Andrew, you wanted to say something?
I just accidentally raised my hand.
That's okay, that's fine. So guys, you're absolutely right. The reasons, right, we need to be careful here that we're not just taking information from the text. This is inference and deduction. So remember last week I showed you those pictures and we came up with intelligent guesses about the car crash and the girl with the umbrella and the breakfast. So I just showed them pictures and they had to make intelligent guesses about what was going on, even though they weren't told. So he never talks to anyone that I can see. Now and then the art students look at his drawing. So guys, you're right. His behavior is sinister because he is antisocial. He doesn't talk to anyone, which means which gives the impression that he's trying to hide something. He creeps about the place. So he is moving around the place as if he's got something to hide, as if he's trying not to be seen. He doesn't make any friends, even though he's there on a regular basis. He never seeks anyone out. He's very good at art, yet is not interested in talking to the art students, which means again that he's trying to hide something. So any of those 5 is brilliant. So guys,
he's shy.
He could be, but you need to say why he's sinister though, because it gives the impression that he's hiding something, isn't he? So guys, give yourself 2 marks if you got that right. If you didn't, that's okay. Your special then means your target then is summary. Okay. Next one, guys. This one then is in your own words. Lines 50 to 51. They moved sleuth-like from ambush to ambush behind the swags of velvet. In your own words, describe how Julian and Tom are behaving as they look for the boy. So guys, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to finish your answer for this one. You need to say 3 separate things. So I'll start you off. You don't need to use quotations. I would start off by saying Julian and Tom are acting as if they are on a military operation, trying to sneak up on him. See if you can think of 2 more things. Okay, who's got some ideas then? Samuel, do you want to start me off, please?
They rushed forward, making big progress like special forces invading villages to villages.
Excellent, well done. Jalin, something else?
When they are looking for the boy, Julian and Tom are behaving furtively and surreptitiously. In addition, they move very carefully because they think there are traps everywhere.
Excellent, very well done, and very much in your own words. And I like the connectives as well, like in addition. Good. Leo.
They act like because they're spying on the boy.
Brilliant. Good. Another thing, Andrew, please.
They're like detectives, tracing and tracking almost his footprints.
Excellent, good, well done. You're right. Daniel, one more thing.
They were moving slowly and cautiously, like they were about to kidnap someone, trying not to be seen.
Brilliant, very well done, guys. You need to say 3 things. You can say like all of that you said. So they could be moving cautiously, quietly. They're behaving like detectives, because I remember I see the word sleuth like. They're like military SAS on a military operation. Capturing treasure. So I'm thinking swags of velvet. Or moving between the treasures. Really subtly and stealthily trying not to be seen. Good, so guys, as long as you said 3 things, you get the 3 marks. Very well done. 8. Right, now we're going back to analysing. So we're going to do this one together because this one is 6 marks. So remember I told you that you get more marks as the paper progresses. So lines 54 to 60. Look closely at the description of the Gloucestershire candlestick. How does the writer convey that Tom is very interested by it? Give 3 examples. Discuss features such as the writer's word choice, images, sounds, and sentence structures. Now, I'm going to give you an example in a minute, but first of all, let's read it again. So, Jalin, do you want to read this for me, please?
Tom stopped to stare at the candlestick. It was dully gold. It seemed heavy. It stood on 3 feet, each of which was a long-eared dragon grasping a bow with grim claws, gnawing with sharp teeth. The rim of the spiked cup that held the candle was also supported by open-jawed dragons with wings and snaking tails. The whole of its thick stem was wrought of fantastic foliage, amongst which men and monsters, centaurs and monkeys, writhed, grinned, grimaced, grasped, and stabbed at each other.
Fantastic. So, guys, what makes this interesting? Highlighters are your friend in the exam, okay? Now, so let's just give 3 examples, say the feature, and explain it. So 3 examples is 3 marks, and explain it, that makes 6 marks. So this is an example for you. I said, the simple sentence, it seemed heavy, emphasizes that it is interesting because, you can give me an answer. The alliteration of fantastic foliage gives the reader the impression that, so foliage is like really intricate detail. The verb writhed and grimaced impacts the reader because, so guys, you can either finish those if you'd like to, or you can come up with your own answer. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes just to do that, okay? So it's important because I've told the technique, haven't I? I've given evidence for it. Now I just need to explain the effect of it. So you can use mine to help you, or you can do your own. It's completely up to you. I'll give you a few minutes. Maybe you can even like rewrite some of your own answer if you've missed some bits out. Off you go.
Just gonna go and get some water.
Of course you can. Okay, 1 minute to finish off. Okay, so Samuel, do you want to read out your answer, please? Now remember, guys, you have to tell me the technique, give the quotation to prove it, and then explain the effect of it, okay? That's what it requires for 6 marks. It's quite hard, this question. That's why I've given you an example answer. Samuel, start off, please.
It's quite unusual that this candle looks heavy because other candles are not so heavy, but this is described as a heavy candle and how its color is dully gold.
Okay, good. So you need to say then the simple sentence, it seems heavy, emphasizes that it's expensive. Yes, because it's made of pure gold. That's interesting, because the question is, how does Tom show that he's interested by it? So the simple sentence, it seems heavy, emphasizes that it's expensive, it's unusual. Good. Another one, please, Jalin. So that will give you 2 marks, the technique and the effect of it. Good. So you need 3 things. Good. Jalin, carry on.
The list of verbs: writhed, grinned, grimaced, pictures a vivid image, a vivid picture of the candlesticks engraving that suggests Tom's fascination.
Sorry, say that again. I couldn't quite hear you.
The list of verbs: writhed, grinned, grimaced, paints a vivid picture of the candlesticks engraving that suggests Tom's fascination.
Good. What kind of verbs are writhed, grimaced? They're quite aggressive verbs, aren't they? It's quite a sinister candlestick.
Because, like, if it was a very relaxed, like, scene, it would be something way more, like, for example, some trees, some flowers.
Yeah, good. So writhed, grinned, grimaced shows it's quite a sinister picture, isn't it? That's interesting. Brilliant. Well done. So in the verb, when you've explained it a bit, great. That'll be 2 marks as well. One more thing to make it 6 marks, please, Daniel.
Do I read one more, or
yeah, one more, because so far we've only had 2 examples. So we've only got 4 marks so far. We all need 1 more, don't we?
Open-jawed dragons makes the picture stand out, and it's like the dragons are about to breathe fire and attack.
Excellent, well done. So you need to tell me the technique. The noun dragons, yes? Fantastic, well done, everybody. Who had something else to add? There's so many things you could talk about, guys. There's no just 3. You could talk about anything on this. Jalin, you still got your hand up?
Yes, I've got the image created in the description. Fantastic foliage shows how carefully Tom understands the object.
Sorry, so they only say the alliteration. You tell me what the technique is.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, so the alliteration, fantastic foliage, gives the reader the impression of what? Sorry, carry on.
Gives the reader impression how carefully Tom is examining the object.
Yes, and how intricate and beautiful the object is. Wonderful. Daniel, what were you going to say?
I'll just read out my whole answer.
Okay.
Glowing sharp teeth gives us the impression of being threatened, and the writer really describes what is special about this candlestick and why it's different from others. Open-jawed dragons makes the picture stand out, and it's like the dragons are about to breathe fire out and attack. Men and monsters ... because my quote is really long.
Yeah.
Stabbed at each other makes us picture war, cruelty and blood.
Excellent, that is really good. That's 4 marks. The reason why is because you just need to tell me the techniques. That's it. So it'd be the verb stabbed, for example. Yeah, so you need to learn your techniques, and then it's 6. That's really good, guys. Well done. I think we could all do a bit more practice on this one because it's a really hard question, isn't it? This one is a mixture of prior knowledge, as in all your techniques, and analysing in detail. So guys, very well done if you got 6 marks. So give yourselves marks out of 6, please. You need 3 things: technique, quotation, and an explanation. If you've not included techniques at all, give yourself 4 marks. And that's your target. Everyone, make sure your microphones are off, please. I'm getting a bit of feedback. Thank you. So, how many more questions do we have? 9, 10, 11. 3 more. That's okay. We're doing quite well today, actually, especially as I made you do that reading thing to begin with. Lines 54 to 69. So this one, again, this is where the reading at the beginning really helps you. Give 3 reasons why you think that the candlestick is described as a world of secret stories. So let's give 3 reasons why you think the candlestick is described as a world of secret stories. I'll start you off. I think the candlestick is described as a world of secret stories because it describes a long-eared dragon grasping a bone. Emphasizes that this is about a story about a dragon having killed something and it's been made into a candlestick. Full stop. Furthermore, right guys, can you find any other things? For example, you could talk about snaking tails, monsters, grasping each other. So anything that describes the stories. You've got 1 minute just to quickly make sure you've got 3 things, and then Jalin can go first.
So I had nobody knows the history materials of the candlestick, and also it has an interesting history rather than having a religious purpose, and also as the figures on the candlesticks are fighting against each other, this shows there is a secret behind it.
Excellent, very well done. Did you say 3 things though?
Yeah.
Good, well done. Daniel, what did you say?
The picture of creatures stabbing each other could be a scene of a mythical story. The dragons maybe represents legends, magic, power, and myth, which are all characteristics of a secret story. The history behind the candlestick is long, secret, and mythical.
Excellent, well done. That's 3 marks. That was a fantastic answer. Very well done. Daniel, you got your hand up still. Oh, put it down. Samuel, what did you have?
The picture on the candle holder looks like a scene of a mythical story.
Excellent, good. How?
It has lots of mythical clues on it and patterns.
Fantastic. Can you give me 2 examples and you got some good marks? Yeah, that's all you need to do to improve that answer. Very well done. That's really good. So guys, give yourself 3 marks if you've got 3 things. 2 things for 2 things, 1 thing for 1 thing. Good. Line 71 to 73. Why do you think Julian is disturbed to see the door slightly ajar? Oh, this is a good question. This is inference and deduction.
He could go in it.
Jalin. Oh, please don't shout out. I can't hear anything. Just put your hand up on the emoji, okay? Good. Jalin, what have you got?
What I said is Julian is disturbed because he thinks that someone might come. I think it is the boy.
Good, yeah, I think someone might come. Gree, what were you going to say?
He could go in it.
Yes, good, that's a good deduction. Daniel, what are you going to say?
He thinks the mysterious boar might have opened it and disappeared on the other side.
Yes, good. So he's disturbed to see the door slightly. You have to give 2 reasons as well. So you think that the boy might have gone through it. And don't forget, guys, this is the museum. A boy shouldn't be going through secret things in a museum. Yes, brilliant. Last question. Look at the passage as a whole. What impression does the writer give you of Tom's character? Support your answers with evidence from the text. So guys, all you need to do is 4 things here. with quotations. So Jalen, do you want to start me off, please? Can't hear you, you're on mute.
So firstly, Tom is a naive and innocent character, as it says. He looked younger than he was, with large dark eyes. Secondly, he is also an agreeable and easily led person because he usually agrees to things. Thirdly, he is also curious and inquisitive because he is so spellbound to the candlestick. Last of all, he is a thoughtful character as he tries to remember the image of the Gloucester candlesticks to help his mother.
Brilliant, well done. Daniel, you got your hand up too.
Even if he has an opinion on something, he won't say it. He says yes to people without even agreeing with them. This is shown by, however, he usually agreed to things. This behavior shows that he is shy and maybe even a hypocrite.
Oh, good introduction. Does anyone else have anything else that they would like to add? No, brilliant. Right, guys, that is fantastic. Well done. Everyone, Jalen, you want to get something else?
What is a hypocrite?
A hypocrite is someone who says don't do something and then they do it themselves. If I said you're not allowed to have a drink during this session at all, I'm being a hypocrite because I'm having a drink, yes?
Was Hitler one because he ordered all Nazi people should have blonde hair and blue eyes, although he wasn't one himself.
That's a good example. Yes, absolutely. That's a good example of hypocrisy. So say to do something and then don't do it yourself. Say don't do something and then you do it yourself makes you a hypocrite. Good guess, guys. So please give yourself, add up your marks. But remember, I'm not interested in how many marks you got. I'm interested in your targets. So I want you to put in the private chat. You can do it directly just to me. Put in the chat what marks you got and your target. But your target's the most important thing, remember. Okay, because it doesn't matter if you get anything wrong because we're still learning it, aren't we? But it's important we understand what we need to do next time. Gui, thank you for sending through your comments, by the way, they're really good. Good, don't forget your targets, guys. More important to get the targets. It doesn't matter what your number is. I don't care if you got 5 out of 40. It's fine by me, just as long as you know what your target is, because we're just learning this to begin with. No one's going to be brilliant to begin with. Okay, guys, everyone target, please. Don't forget to tell me your targets. We've only got 2 people who've given me a target so far.
Did we do the last one?
Yeah, we did the last one.
What was the answer?
Okay, so the last one was impressions does the writer give you of Tom's character. So some people said that he was quite naive. Some people said that he's quite adventurous. Another thing you could say is that he's very inquisitive. And then you just need to give quotations. And that's literally it. Well done. Quick questions, more 28. Good, well done, guys. So remember, the most important thing is, oh, hang on a minute. what is going on here? The most important thing is that you know what your targets are. Wonderful. So that's the reading section. Yay! And don't worry, I'm going to send you the PowerPoint as always. So don't worry if you've missed anything. Now the writing section is just as important as the reading section. So there are 2 tasks in this section. You must attempt both of them. Now it's important you always read the instructions, guys, because different exams want different requirements. Sometimes they say just do one. This one wants both of them, so make sure you read it properly. The quality of your writing is more important than the length. Aim to write about one side, but it's more about the quality. So you're putting techniques in certain things that I'm going to be teaching you. If you're not saying a technique or doing a technique, you're not having an effect on the reader, so don't include it, okay? So the first one is, what do you think happens next? Write the next scene of the story. So the door's ajar. What is he going to do next? Clearly he's going to follow him downstairs, maybe. And this is imaginative writing. The next one is, museums are boring and old-fashioned. Do you agree with this statement? Give your personal opinion, backing up your points with examples. That's to argue, persuade, or advise. They're 2 very different styles of writing. So today, the first one, I'm going to teach you imaginative writing. Andrew, you've got a question.
For the second thing, isn't that also essay writing?
Yeah, it is. But the first one's a story, the second one's an essay. Okay, good. So guys, the first one then, story openings. Below are the very first sentences from various children's novels. Carry on reading for me, please, Samuel.
Look at each example of an opening sentence and discuss whether or not it would interest you as a reader. Then think about what the author has done to hook you into his or her book.
Brilliant. So guys, I want you now to read quietly to yourselves these 6 examples, and I want you to choose your favorite one. Now they're all brilliant. These are all very famous openings. They're all good. So it doesn't matter which one you choose is what I'm trying to say, but I want you to tell me which one interests you the most and why is that. So guys, I'll give you 2 minutes to quickly read them through and to choose which one you like best and to think of a reason why you like it best.
I know one of them.
Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if you know them already, guys. So which one do you like best and why? So Samuel, I've not heard very much from you today. Which one do you like best?
The red one is the...
Please take the microphone off, please. Thank you. Oh, goodness.
I like...
Sorry, Sam. Say that again, please. I couldn't hear anything you said.
I like It Was 7 Minutes After Midnight.
Why do you like that one best?
It's at midnight. It's a bit strange because what you're gonna do at midnight and 7 minutes later.
Yes, good. Midnight is like a magical hour, isn't it? It's usually like the witching hour. Sorry, Karen, sorry, Samuel.
And Do you know the red one? Once there was 4 children.
Oh, no, just choose one. It doesn't matter where you might recognize some of them.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. But it's what interests you the most and why, as an opening. So you're right, midnight is a magical time, isn't it? It's usually like when magic happens. It's called the witching hour. And 7 is a magical number. So it was 7 minutes after midnight as well. It's very precise. So it's a very odd thing to say to somebody. Andrew, what's your favourite?
It is also, it was 7 minutes past midnight because the time is always interesting and hooking way to start a book.
Good, yes, absolutely right. Jalin?
I the W one as it's like the paragraph sets the scene and atmosphere. So I really know, and the word dark and blusteries like creates like a mysterious atmosphere. So I really want to know what is going to happen.
Yes, good. Does anyone else have a different favourite one?
What is going to happen?
Yeah, great. Well done. I really like that. Anyone else got anything different that they quite liked? My favourite one is the green one. Once I was living in an orphanage in the mountains and I almost caused a riot. Because I love the idea that you're living in a tranquil, beautiful, mountainous place where everyone goes to be calm and meditate. And he managed to almost cause a riot. I think, what did he do that made him almost cause a riot? And another one I like is the orange one, when it's like, yes, said Tom bluntly on opening the front door. What do you want? It's quite nice to be met with a miserable man. He's opening the door, he's telling them to go away. Well, why not just not open the door? I found that one quite funny. Andrew, which one do you like?
I've just got a question.
Yes.
Isn't the orange one from Good Night, Mr. Tom?
Yes, it is. It doesn't matter if you know where these are from, because some of these are from Harry Potter, some are from like Narnia. It doesn't matter if you know them. I want you to know which ones you like and why, because now I want you to create your own opening. So guys, good beginnings. This is just a good way to find a good beginning for an imaginative story. So you could talk to the reader first, you could shock the reader, you could create a tense atmosphere, you can create a very clear structure, you can start with something odd, you can use direct speech, you can start in the middle, you can say something that's going to make the reader laugh. That's just a good idea for a good opening. So guys, I would like you to choose one of those and write one sentence as the opening of a story. Just one sentence. Off you go. I'll give you a couple of minutes. See how little you can write, but how interesting you can make it. Daniel?
Like, can it be like like a tiny bit like, you know, in a diary, like have you ever blah 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 blah?
Yeah, that's a good way. Yes, like a good rhetorical question to get them started. Yes, of course you can. Off you go. Write it down for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Jalin.
I've got one.
Oh, okay.
Can I say it?
No, not quite yet. See if you can think of another one. See if you make it more intricate and detailed. Everyone else, you've got 30 seconds left. Okay, so who'd like to go first then? Jalin, what have you got? Everyone's going to read theirs out.
Beside a jagged rock, the moss-covered path meanders its way towards the base of the mountain.
Ooh, very good. Gwee, what have you got? okay, have a think. That's all right. Samuel, what do you have?
It was 3 a.m. and thunder struck.
And from the what, sorry?
It was 3 a.m. and suddenly thunder struck somewhere.
Oh, thunderstruck. Brilliant. I like that. That's really interesting. Leo, what do you have?
I wrote that 6 minutes after 6 hours after midnight.
Well done.
Do we make up one?
Yeah, you make one up.
I chose 6 hours.
Oh, wait, Hannah, can you please stop on mute, please? Someone else is still writing. Thank you. Sorry, carry on. Sorry, Leo.
The reason I actually wrote that it was going to be 6 hours after midnight is because I know that 6 is the devil's number.
Yes. Oh, I like that. That's really good. Daniel, do you want to read yours?
I actually have two.
Oh, choose your favorite.
Okay. Suddenly, everything was what? I can't even read my handwriting. Suddenly, everything was pitch black. Boom. An ear-shattering sound echoed in the distance.
Fantastic. Well done, Andrew.
The ant ran over the bridge, under the tunnel, across into the post office, out onto the roof, onto the tree, and down in the water, swimming for its life.
That's fantastic. I really like that one. That's really cute. Good. Samuel, you got another one?
I wasn't gonna say thunderstruck. I was gonna say it was 3 a.m. at platform 13.
Oh, okay, good. I like that one. Again, it feels like you're going somewhere then, doesn't it? Good. So guys, that's really interesting. Let's see then if we can make our writing more interesting. So making your writing more exciting. Make these sentences more interesting by using similes, metaphors, personification, adjectives, and adverbs. The first one has been done for you. So instead of I was miserable, because I was miserable, it's okay, but it's not really very exciting, is it? So I was miserable. I've turned that into tears of sorrow streaked my face. So can you guys change the other four? So he was moaning, change it. The sun was mean. It was scared. I was scared. It was a cold morning. Let's see if you can change those, and please, guys. I'll give you 5 minutes to write them down. Off you go.
I finished.
Great. So start us off then, please. He was moaning. Let's make that better. Now, guys, we're not being judgmental. We're just focusing on making it better because that was still quite good. Moaning's an interesting piece of vocabulary, actually, but we just want to make it that bit better. I call them missed opportunities. We're just making it a bit better. So he was moaning. Andrew, start me off, please.
His groans of boredom shook the sky, and the sun almost fell off its perch with a bump.
Oh, that's fun. Stop there. Don't write any more. That's fantastic. You need to just make it short and concise. That's fantastic. The shorter and more concise you make it, the more of a punch it will have. Brilliant, Andrew. The sun was mean. Jalin.
Can I say all of mine?
You what, sorry?
Can I say all of mine?
No, we're going through them one by one. So the sun was mean.
They were relentless and the merciful heat brought down on me.
Excellent. Well done. I was scared, Samuel.
Suddenly, I jumped and something struck my heart.
Oh, that's wonderful. Brilliant. And it was a cold morning, Daniel.
Oh, wait, I wanted to do, I was scared.
Okay, if you do I was scared, then off you go, because I know that not everyone had finished.
I swallowed. Oh, my heart was pushing. Oh, wait, what? I swallowed. Oh, my heart was pushing. Against my chest. I didn't move a single muscle.
Fantastic. Well done. It was a cold morning. Leo, what do you have?
Couldn't get out of bed in the morning since the ice almost went through the windows.
Fantastic. Well done, guys. Your writing's got so much better already. Right, the last trick I'm going to teach you guys is making something as intricate as possible. So create the most intricate piece of description that you can inspired by these images. So making it short and concise is what we're after today. So, for example, the candle extinguished as the slow silhouette slithered back to the shadows. The candle is symbolic, as in candle represents life. So if it's extinguished, that means someone's dead, as the slow silhouette slithered back to the shadows. So I've used symbolism, ambitious vocabulary, and sibilance, which is alliteration basically with the S sound, to really create a sinister atmosphere of a man killing somebody. So guys, based on these images, can you create one sentence of your own? Short and detailed, please. 1 minute left. Okay, Samuel, off you go, please.
There was a creak and a crack and a yell at the hallways.
Oh,
Something big and bold stood tall.
That's really good. Well done. Andrew.
As the light turned off, with a puff of smoke and a steam of heat, a silhouette appeared out of nowhere.
Fantastic. Daniel.
I ain't got any ideas.
That's okay, guys. I'm putting you under pressure, under time constraints. Really don't worry about it. Something will come to you later. You'll think about it, you'll be like, oh, of course. And when you're in an exam, you'll just be in full flow rather than me stopping and starting. So don't worry. Gree, do you have anything?
I made this better.
What, sorry?
You told me to make. Did you tell me to make?
Exactly. Yes. What have you written?
You make a really good description of this piece.
Yeah, good.
Oh, the air turned black all around me. I didn't mean to kill her.
Fantastic. I really like that. Very descriptive. Leo, what have you written?
I have sentences for both of them. Good. The last one is a ghost-looking figure sprung towards him.
Fantastic. And what's the other one?
As the figure retracted into the smoke.
Ooh, really good. And last one is Jalen's not gone yet.
I got one for the last paragraph. It's quite a short.
That's okay.
Quite a short sentence. Mercy was not in the corridor.
Brilliant. I like that. Very well done. So guys, very well done for today. You guys have been stupendous as always. Was that helpful? Yes? Good. I'm glad that you've enjoyed it.
Helpful.
I can't hear what you're saying. Sorry.
You asked me was this helpful. I said very helpful.
Good. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, Gree. You've got this horrible sound on your laptop. I don't know what it is, but whenever you turn your microphone off, it's like an noise, and I can't hear what you're saying. So I'm sorry if I'm always like, what? Because I can't quite hear you. I'm sorry. Hopefully next time it'll be a bit better. But you've all done wonderfully today. You've learned so much. Again, if you've got any questions, always just let me know or shout out, because I know some of you like to be louder or quieter than others, and that's all right, but I'd always like to know how you're getting on. So guys, you got your targets. I'll send you the PowerPoint and I'll see you all next week. Yes, wonderful. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.